before I get into this video, I just need to go over all my picks from last week. You see week 17 picks. I had a phenomenal week last week. Got a lot right, almost right on the money too. Jets, touchdown off, Browns 6 points off, very close either way. The spread was very close. Had a lock in on that game. We go to the next game, Lions Cowboys, only 2 points off on the Lions and 4 on the Cowboys. It was very close as well. I told you, money line, pick the Cowboys. Other one against the spread, pick the Lions. Don't know why I couldn't remember that, but that's exactly what happened. It worked out. Probably shouldn't have worked out that way, but that worked out. Falcons nailed it, 17, right on the money. I'm just going in order. This is not me picking and choosing the ones I want to show you. Nailed them, 17, right on the money. 27, good too. It was actually 27-17 at one point. Bears ended up actually figuring out how to score in the second half. Made it 37. That was another very close one. I'm just moving right through. Dolphins, Ravens, I was a little off. I was close on the Dolphins points. Ravens kind of went nuts, obviously. We saw this game. Patriots, Bills. I told you to bet Bills to win, Patriots to cover. What happened? It was too big of a spread. I think it was like 11.5 or something. And I told you to do Patriots. And look what happened. 17-28. I'd said 21-27. Very close on the score predictions. Not only the picks alone, but the score predictions are close. Here we go again. 24 for the Raiders, 21 for the Colts. I was not right money line. I did have the Raiders winning, but I was only 4 off and 2 off, just like with the Cowboys Lions. So you look through every game, and I was just nailing these picks. So it was great. This was not the case. 24 for the Jaguars is close, but enough talking about this. Let's get into the video. You look at all these. All of my picks from last week were great. We're on fire. We're moving forward. Let's get into next week's picks. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jerry, and now we have the week 18 picks. I had to show the week 17. Had a successful week. Some perfectly precise guesses. So I wanted to just show that. I've been doing good. I've been getting better. And let's get even more better with this week 18 picks. A lot of picks are going to be just a complete crapshoot because we don't know who's going to play, or maybe we do know who's going to be playing, but we don't know how good the backups are going to be. So let's go through all the teams. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the Steelers-Ravens. I still got the Ravens winning. They're dogs at home to the Steelers. I know most of the stars aren't going to be playing. I just think they have good depth on the team. I think the coaching by John Harbaugh is great. And I did find out that if the Ravens, I think they've already clinched. So John Harbaugh can go to the Michigan game, which don't know how that doesn't really matter for this game, but interesting thing there. And I think regardless, I think the Ravens could win. I just think they're a great football team. I don't think the Steelers' offense is very good. So I'm taking the Ravens 24, Steelers 20. Texans, Colts. This one was tough. I just have a lot of faith in C.J. Stroud at this point. It seems like when he plays, the team is significantly better. Of course, Tank Dell is out, but they still have to worry about Nico Collins, who's been great. Dalton Schultz is back. Devin Singletary has been good in the run game. Damon Pierce, I still think, is a good back, although he hasn't been as good this year. But I'm taking the Texans. This is one of the biggest games of the week, next to the last one that we'll talk about Sunday night. But I'm taking the Texans over the Colts in the Lod House, as Pat McAfee would say, but I think the Texans can do it. Buccaneers, Panthers. I think the Panthers will put up points. I don't love the Buccaneers, but I still think they're significantly better than the Panthers, to where I think Baker Mayfield, I don't think he's necessarily playing for his job, but I think he still needs to show that he's been a great quarterback this year. I'll give him that, but I think he needs to show that he is the franchise guy still. So I think he's going to have a good day. And I don't like the Panthers at all. I don't think they're going to do good. So I have them losing there. Browns, Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals in this one, mainly because of how many people are sitting for the Browns. But I do think the Browns could win, because that's another team where I think Stefanski's done a great job. I think it's the first team ever to have 10 wins with 4 different starting quarterbacks or some stat like that. So I like how they're being coached. I think they have some good depth too. And even when you've seen the backups go in, they've still had success. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I think Myles Garrett has some incentives that he might want to reach, so he might play a little bit. I think the Bengals can win, but because I think the Browns can win, and the spread is so large, it's 7.5. I'm taking the Bengals with the Browns covering. Vikings, Lions. I don't know what the Vikings are going to do. It seems like they're in a position where they should probably draft a quarterback. I don't know if Justin Jefferson's going to have any thought on that. They still have Jay Jettis. They have Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. There's a lot of talent over there. But Nick Mullins, I think it's clear he's not the guy. They already benched Dobbs. Jaron Hall, they haven't really given him many opportunities, but when he's gotten a chance, he has not even looked like an NFL quarterback. And then the Lions, on the other hand, they've been great. Coming off of a game they should have won last week against the Cowboys, and the refs screwed it up. I think they're going to want to go in to the playoffs hot, and they're definitely going to be going for the win, going for it. So I think that's where the 34 comes from. I think they'll probably go for 2 somewhere in there just because Dan Campbell does that, and they'll end up with 34. And I think the Vikings will put up points, but not enough to keep up with the Lions. 34-20. Jets, Patriots, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. 2 good defenses. Patriots kind of up and down on defense. Kind of the same thing with the Jets at times. I don't think the Jets' offense is very good, except for Breece Hall. I think Garrett Wilson's good, but you can't get him the ball if you don't have the guy to get him the ball. And then I liked what Bailey Zappe's been doing, so I feel like 17. This is going to be a lower-scoring game, though. I'm almost certain about it. So I'm taking the Patriots 17-10, covering that spread. Falcons-Saints. I don't like the Falcons a lot. I think the Saints win this one, but the Saints have been having their troubles. So this is a must-win game for the Saints. It's at home. So I think there is still a situation where the Saints can make it into the playoffs, so they're kind of playing for their fate here. And I think the Falcons have a tougher road to the playoffs, but I think if they win this one, it makes it easier. So this is going to be, I think it should be a fun game to watch, and I think it should be close. But 2 teams this year that have run into some adversity and had problems just with whether it be play calling or just execution in general on offense. And then the Falcons defense, who was really good all year. Same with the Saints, both expected to have great defenses and kind of fallen off a little bit as the year goes on. So that's why we got 28-24, but I'm taking the Saints winning that one over the Falcons. Jaguars, Titans. The Titans seem like a mess. The Jaguars did just shut out the Panthers last week. I think the Titans are going to be able to get on the board. The Titans also didn't do good on offense. So it would be very easy to pick the Titans to score less than 10 points here, but I think they can get in the end zone twice. And Jaguars is a must-win game, so I think they're definitely going to win this one convincingly, 27-14. Seahawks, Cardinals, I kind of went back and forth. I feel like the Seahawks should win this game. The Cardinals just beat the Eagles, and the Cardinals look better than expected. Kyler Murray is kind of showing that he's coming back, and he's not this guy that doesn't pay attention in practice. Everybody makes the Call of Duty jokes and whatnot. I don't think that that's going to be an issue moving forward by the looks of it. And I like what they've been doing. They don't have a whole lot of talent on their roster too, so winning that game against the Eagles was very important. And the Seahawks, another team that's been very up and down. So I'm taking the Seahawks to win, knowing very well that the Cardinals could win. So that's why I kind of have them covering, because I would not be surprised if they win this game. So I'm taking the Seahawks 21, Cardinals 20, but they're covering that spread. Bears, Packers. This is just a pipe dream, I think. I'm a Bears fan. They have to beat them, right? It's in Lambeau, though, and I know where I'm at. It's very snowy right now, so I don't know if that's going to be a snow game. Could be a fun one. I liked how Justin Fields looked in the snow anyway last week against the Falcons, and I think Joe Barry's defense is not good, and I think the Bears are going to put up points for sure. I also think Jordan Love has the Bears' number a little bit with his ability on offense, and he's been showing up and being a good quarterback in the league, which I did not expect, but here we are. So I'm taking the Bears to win. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it could be a typical game for both of these teams where the Bears go up early. They might score 24 in the first half and then not score at all in the second half, and the Packers will score 3 points in the first half and then make a comeback in the second half. That's kind of been the Bears go up early, can't hold the lead and lose, and then the Packers go down early and then come back and win is kind of how it's been. Bears 2 weeks ago show that they can win that game, and then last week kind of hold on to a victory when a team was coming back, made it a 10-point game in that Falcons game. But I'm taking the Bears over the Packers. I like Justin Fields. I think he should be the quarterback next year. Not sure about franchise yet, but I'm taking the Bears over the Packers. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Chiefs, Chargers. I don't care who plays in this Chief game. I think Andy Reid is just going to outcoach whoever, whatever's going on over there in Los Angeles. I don't believe in the Chargers whatsoever at this point. They've shown me nothing to show that. So I'm taking the Chiefs 20, Chargers 10, even though they're underdogs. We'll see what happens. Broncos Raiders. I love what the Raiders are doing recently. I think Aiden O'Connell's kind of playing to show that he can, if potentially be a franchise guy. Antonio Pierce needs to coach the game of his life with the potential of him coming back to be the full-time head coach. And the Broncos are having nothing but problems with benching Russell Wilson. I don't know what's going to happen over there. I thought 17 was a little generous, and I also thought -2.5 was a little generous, or not, maybe not generous enough. Like, I think it could be a 7.5 point spread, and I'd probably still pick the Raiders based on my score prediction. Obviously, I would. But I'm taking the Raiders 28, Broncos 17, getting that win, covering the spread. This is a get-right game for the Eagles. They need it. If they're going to do anything in the playoffs, A.J. Brown was talking about how he's been frustrated with his performance. Jalen Hurts has not been playing well, and the offense has been the shining star of their team. They haven't really been good on defense at all. So I think Tyrod Taylor could put up a lot of points, but the Eagles need to win this game so badly. Losing last week to the Cardinals, barely beating the Giants the week before. Now you have to go into New York. I think it's going to be a big problem. If they lose this game, I don't know if they'll win a playoff game. If they win this game, I think it could be the beginning, hopefully positive momentum into the playoffs, and hopefully that can do something for them. But I'm taking the Eagles. I think it's going to be their get-right game, 27-17 covering that spread. This one, I think the Rams could win this game. I didn't actually check everybody. I didn't see all the reports of who's starting for the Rams and the 49ers, but I love the Rams. I'm high on them. I think they could win this game, so I have them covering the 4-point spread. I think the 49ers are still the best team in the NFC, but the Rams, I've been saying it for a few weeks now, that I think they're the sneaky team of the playoffs. I think if there's going to be the, Eli Manning Giants style where you don't have the greatest record in the regular season, but you show up in the playoffs, I think Matt Stafford and those Rams with potential Rookie of the Year, Puka Nacua, I believe he should get it, especially if he breaks the receiving record, which he needs 28 yards for the rookie receiving yard record. So if he does that, he should win it. And Cooper Kupp's still a great player. Higbee, Kyron Williams has been one of the better running backs in the league through the last, 8 weeks. So I think the Rams could win, but I'm taking the 49ers. It's the 49ers, 31-28, Rams covering. Cowboys, Commanders. This is another one I don't think the Commanders could win by any means, and I didn't even look at who was starting for the Cowboys because I'm pretty confident they can win this game. But I wanted to at least, I think the Commanders could cover. 13.5 is a lot of points, and you'll see me typically when there's such a large spread like that, I'll typically put to cover because it's so easy. The Patriots did it last week, I believe, against the Bills. So I'm taking the Cowboys 31-21. And this one, Bills-Dolphins. This is the big game of the week. I am high on the Bills. I think the Dolphins are running into some troubles and problems. Problems is the word I just came up with. Tyreek Hill hadn't been as effective last week. He was injured, having those problems. Mostert was kind of injured too, banged up a little bit in these past weeks. So obviously the Bills dealt with their injuries on defense, but they've kind of been coming back from that, and they've been playing better football. I think Josh Allen is by far the better quarterback in this game. And I think because of that, I think that's the reason that they can win. I think the Dolphins defense I had thought very highly of, and then the Ravens offense just completely mutilated them last week. So I'm taking the Bills. I may be reading into that last week game too much, just like the books are. Books think the Bills are the top dog, and the Dolphins are the underdog at home, which seems crazy, but this is an important game for the Bills. I believe this is winning in for them. So I think they're going to win it. I think they're going to do it. We'll see what happens, what Mike McDaniel can cook up for that Sunday night football game. And the last page, again, beginning of this video, we talked about how good my record's been. 12-4 for against the spread, 12-4 straight up. It was a great week. We got a lot of picks right. The better rushing record stays top tier, 173 and 83, so huge for them. I did end up, unfortunately, hitting the 100 incorrect guesses straight up, but it's going to happen. But I also brought my against the spread into the positive, which, again, I did not do my against the spread picks for the first 4 or 5 weeks, so I just kind of factored those in as even. So I missed out on some of those there, but doing good this season. This week was by far the best week, this past week, as you saw at the beginning of the video. So thank you for watching. Let me know, what you disagree with, or if anything you would change about the picks, or anything that I'm completely wrong on. Let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.